Welcome to Beer and Breakfast. This is your matchday morning build-up show. As always, I'm Johnny.
And I'm Jono.
And this week we're also joined by the man himself,
Mr. Daniel Herod.
Oh, hello.
Obviously, we've missed a week's show, so to make up for that, we've got a bit of a bumper episode, haven't we?
We have a lot to cover today.
A lot to cover. If you're looking for a short video, try one of other channels. It's not us at all, because we like to waffle.
We do waffle a bit, don't we?
We do waffle a little bit. Can't imagine why. That Irish?
It's definitely Irish.
Definitely Irish. Meant to be a PG video, this one, I know.
One of my best mates bought me that mug.
Right, it's come to my attention again that over 60% of you watching this video aren't subscribed.
Still over 60%.
Still over 60%. We have gained some more subscribers, but still 60% of them watching but not subscribing. Needs sorting.
It does.
Needs sorting. Just a little button. Just press it. Press it.
Don't cost you out. You don't have to sign up to anything.
It's completely free. If you want to send us some money, feel free, but it don't cost you no to subscribe. Anyway, coming up this week,
we have the Bournemouth ReCap.
We've also got all this week's team news.
This week's This or That.
And as well as this and that, this week we've got a new game, The Chief.
And a new feature with Danny's Submit a Song.
And because it's its debut, this week's a special double capper of that.
And we've got previews from Blades fans.
The Stoke City build-up and preview.
And much, much more.
Bournemouth, I don't want to talk too much about it. It
seems a long time ago though now, doesn't it?
It was 40 years ago. I wish it were fucking shit. I wish it were 40 years ago. Fucking hell.
I said they'd do well this season though, so I'm not...
Only team that's undefeated. Where did you have them picked to finish the season, Jono?
Fighting relegation.
To be fair, apart from... Noisy cunts. Apart from a few half-decent chances, they didn't look like a team that were undefeated and top of the league, did they?
No, I still think we were a better team.
I think we're that far.
Do you know?
I think we had a good half an hour.
I still think we were a better team and deserved more out of the game.
You see, to me, a 1-1 draw would have been about fair for that, because it weren't a penalty, but we were never going to score more than one goal, were we?
I'm surprised we scored one.
Well, we can't take it away from it. We're a good goalie, but that were it. That's all we created. We're in this fucking limbo, aren't we? Where we're too good for shit teams, now that we're getting into a rhythm.
It's like what you said other week, though. It's a type of style that some teams play against us that suits us a lot more, and we just can't adapt to teams playing a certain way.
It doesn't help that we can't adapt to how we want to play. I keep saying it. I said it after it build up to the last one. We're playing teams with big fucking centre halves, and we're playing Billy on his own. Yeah. That works great against teams where they like to play a bit of knockabout football. But look at centre halves that they had at fucking Bournemouth. They were saying
we were a team that are very easy to defence against.
Yeah. It's frustrating because we've got so much talent there, but one man can't do it all alone.
Nope, but it's only option at the moment, isn't it, for Slav?
I don't know. Do I get slated? Do I say what I'm thinking? Because I'm going to get slated for it, so I might as well say it. I'm not impressed with Slav. I'm not.
No, you've had a rate down on him for the past few weeks, haven't you?
I'm not overly impressed. I'm not saying he's a shit manager. I'm not saying sack him or all like that. So don't twist my words, Twitter. I'm fucking not. I'm just thoroughly unimpressed, uninspired.
Uninspired?
Uninspired.
Not a good sign, is it?
It worried me when we brought him in because he was right man for the job. And remember when Nigel Adkins was right man for the job?
No, stop bringing him up.
But that's where I'm drawing my parallel to. How long do you leave it to live on past glories before you kind of think, well, I'm unimpressed?
You've got a game a season.
Do you?
Yeah.
So if you're fighting relegation by, I don't know, March?
Yeah, because who's going to come in last couple of months and see us right?
I don't know. It's a tough one, because I don't think we should sack him. I think we should stick with him. I agree with you. We should give him a year. I'm just playing devil's advocate, but it's... I don't know. Maybe he needs more players. Maybe he needs permanent players. I'm just thoroughly unimpressed by all of it.
2 on games coming up. We've got to get some out of them, and then
100%.
Could be a lot better after that.
I mean, one of his biggest things is we're so inconsistent as well.
We are. We had a couple of worldy games and then we look absolutely awful.
I don't think it's just players either. It's like we've got a settled formation now, but his players don't really seem to suit certain games. And now he's found a formation. He seems adamant on sticking to it. And people criticise Wilder for that.
I think because he won a couple with that formation, people think, why would you change a winning side or formation? But you've got to adapt to who you're playing at times.
Yeah, to me, you can keep a winning side, but still tinker with it to adapt it game, rather than forcing a fucking square peg in a round hole.
I mean, Hull and Derby played really well. Middlesbrough were shocking.
Yeah,
absolutely shocking.
Fucking awful, mate. I don't even want to think about that.
But anyway, same team, and you just think...
Square pegs round holes, you need to adapt. You can have the same 11 and you can have 2 different complete styles of play. That didn't need a drastic change, it needed one at faster players knocking up top with Sharpie. That's all it needed, and we could have won that game, because we can still play pretty football, still knock it about and look well, but pretty football's not winning us fucking 3 points, is it?
Nope, you need goals.
Goals win games.
Yes, can't rely on Billy.
So we're going to go into it early this week, talking about formations, because I think it's time for...
This or That.
This is This or That, your weekly cheesy game show. We've got a few of them now, though. We've got some more to sprinkle in there, some new magic. But this is the original. And this week...
Can't beat an original.
Can't beat the original. Can't beat the oldies, can you, Jono?
No, definitely not.
This week's we're going to talk simply about formation. We've had a few wins with this formation, a few losses, a bit of a mixed bag. So the eternal question is: are we sticking with it or are we twisting?
Well, this is kind of sitting on the fence here, but because
I can't do a drum roll this week,
I want to go for both for him.
And you'd say I cop out.
I just think we need to twist some matches and stick with that formation for some matches.
Yeah, I do agree. But if for this, we're saying for the Bournemouth, for the
Stoke game,
for the Stoke game,
I'm sticking.
Sticking? No change at all?
No. I think Stoke is a type of game that would suit the style he's trying to play in the formation.
But we're one up front as well.
We're one up front, yeah.
Very interesting.
Johnny, show us your preferred.
I'd twist it.
Twist? I knew you were going to twist it.
No fancy fucking throwing paddles about this week. I'd just twist it straight off. We need 2 up front. For this game, another game where centre halves are quite good in there, and they're not quite as bad as Derby and Borough, but we need somebody mobile next to Sharp. Sharpie can draw him in and say Undai could be next to him and pull him out. It's simple. Football's easy if you do it right, and I just think that not a drastic change. I'm not saying change it to 5 at back or any shit like that. Just stick an extra man up top.
Fair enough.
Fair dues. Quite. Can't even bang it because of that fucking thing. I'm quite concise this week. In fact, we're going to skip league table this week because there's a game on Friday.
Yeah, you don't want to be told off for not having an updated table again.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no league table this week because there's a game yesterday, because this is definitely live, isn't it, Jono?
Yeah, live, Saturday morning, look.
Saturday morning. So what we'll do is we'll cut straight to Slav.
Start with a few player updates. Sander Berger, how's he doing?
He won't be available, and he need in general line more time. His last time is he stop and start, but now we need to stop 1 time more, and he don't will be available for the game. Is in theory it's be around 10 days out, but we will see exactly what will happen. It's not first time for him, and it's generally in line. He don't will be available for next game. Okay, we have to check Baldock still. okay, I became some player for a little bit longest term. It's like Rees, Burke, Freezy, and they are still don't start working with us. Now it's 35 games. Is ahead of the us in this season where we are talking about championship. His season is not over. Season is just start. We are clearly know we can do it better than actually right now. We are not especially so satisfied with our start of the season, but for another side, we want to interpret it and we are in some kind of the change. We are try find it something different than before. It's and what is the final target? It's not necessary. It's I repeat or I explain because I know very well all the people is even in this room. These people who is filming this press conference know what is the target. Is all the stand, all the board, and my player, me too. It's not necessary. It's repeat all the day. For us, it's more important. Be ready for Saturday game and make it our work, make it our step, and try find it be more prudent and try find it more benefit in the where we are competed than actually right now what we are finding in the competition, and that's it. It's everything is clear. Is don't exist any target, but simple. I try avoid this kind of the answer. Be focused for my work and my life, like step by step, and is thinking about next step like more important step in my life. At the end, where we will be in the beginning of the May, end of the April, we will see where I arrive this time.
So, did it make sense of that?
Sounds like Sideshow Bob getting it with a rake.
Team news. We'll get into that. Obviously, Berger's definitely out. Baldock doesn't like him back on time. Freeman's looking unfit. I don't know. It seems to be certain players that are key to what we're doing going out at wrong times, and once some come back, another lot go.
Yeah, I mean, Berger's always a big miss, and I think that right back now, hopefully, he'll give Bogle a chance and see if Bogle can have a shine.
Going forward, Bogle's brilliant.
He is.
With the way we're playing, I know we are a bit weak at the back, but if we are going to be gung-go and just fucking attack them and not be that good at the back...
If we win 4-3, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, that game against Fulham, what were it, 7-6? That fucking time when Slava manager. If we're winning games, I don't give a shit.
But I don't know, we're conceding, but if you score more goals than your opponent, you're going to win, aren't you, obviously?
All right, Michael Owen. Yeah, maybe it could be a revelation. He weren't that impressed. I keep touching my face because these lights are red hot. Maybe Bogle's what we do need. Maybe we don't need to be worrying about as right back defending. Maybe we do need somebody piling forward.
I'd be happy seeing him bombing forward.
He weren't that good at Luton, but everybody's entitled to an off game.
Well, I think all of them did, didn't they?
I think we had an off fucking day. Even fans didn't want to fucking know. We were more about Bar, weren't we? We're coming nicely into now a brand new feature, John.
Brand new feature?
Brand new feature. As you've noticed, we've got a third man with us. A new feature, submit a song. So send in your Sheffield United song suggestions for players, for the team. Don't give a shit. They can be good, bad, cheesy.
Cheesy the better.
Cheesier the better. Oh, mate. If you think this is a serious feature, you're watching it wrong channel, because this is just a piss take, a bit of fun, and we've got the right man for it. It's Submit a Song, the first edition.
A lot of work went into that song I made.
First edition, obviously, first edition, double bill this week, but the first one, sung by Mr. Danny Herod, is going to be a song dedicated to...
Robin Olsen.
Are you ready? Come on. Superkeeper, we've got Robin Olsen, Sweden's #1. Saving shots for fun. He is Sweden's #1. Come on, Johnny! Super keeper, we got Robin Olsen, Sweden's #1. Saving shots for fun, he is Sweden's #1. Come on, come on. Legs fell down. Come on, alright. Come on, love. Off you go.
You have fun there, did you? So yeah, what are your thoughts on the suggested Robin Olsen song? I like it. I think that could be a winner, you know.
Oh, it's amazing. The best song I've ever heard in my life.
Did you have hand in writing that, did you? You and Miss Ruth Smith?
We'll see what the comments say.
You're gonna I like it. I'd sing it, but I have a feeling the comments are going to tear it a new arsehole.
Then I have nothing to do with it.
They were all Ruth.
They were all rude.
Right, Stoke City next up, and a team that I didn't expect to be doing as well as they are doing.
No, actually, yeah, they surprised me. They surprised me a lot.
Yeah, that West Brom fucking result.
Went about it one, wasn't it?
As always, let's have a look at the last 5 fixtures. As we've already said, 1-0 home win against West Brom. Oh, beating West Brom's not for everybody, as we found out.
Exactly.
1-0 against PNE. We know all about that as well.
Similar to us then.
It is very similar to us, actually, isn't it?
Looking at Hull game as well.
Yeah, Derby, they couldn't quite manage that one.
Not winning against Derby is not for everyone.
No, it's not. Leading scorers, Nick Powell scored 6. Rankic, 4 assists. Michael O'Neill is their gaffer. Weren't he Northern Ireland manager for like 10 years? I managed Stoke at the same time.
I believe he was.
Just everything about him screams unexpected.
I don't know. I think that they've always been a bit underachieving, though, Stoke. I don't know, since they've come back down from Premier League.
Yeah.
And I should be honest with you, they're a team that I don't mind. I like them, so
I always like playing.
I like to see them do well, just not against us.
Yeah, I always like playing away at Stoke. I like going to their ground.
Well, that's because last time we were all bleeding blind or celebration promotion, so...
Very true, very true. Nick Powell, one of the players that seems to have been around since like fucking early 90s or something.
Same as Billy Sharp then, really.
Yeah. But do you know what? I'd love him in that team, because you know what he is?
Grafter.
Well, some people don't like his personality, but he reminds me of a more technically better Duffy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a big praise, that.
It is. I always used to sign him on FIFA and Football Manager because he's just a good player.
Have you ever got one of them players, though, you sign on Football Manager and stuff, and you're determined to like them because they do well for you?
Yeah. Even if they're an absolute twat in real life. At least moves. I mean, but now they've got some really good players. Powell being one of them, Rankic. They've got that shit house with Top Knot, and we'll not talk about him because he's guaranteed to score.
Yeah, Fletcher is
wank.
I've already had that off a Wednesday fan today. Fletcher will score against you.
Oh yeah. And if they win 1-0 and Fletcher scores, even if they've lost, they'll win by proxy. To learn a bit more about Stoke is Harvey Todd from the other side.
Hey up guys, Harvey SFC, and thank you to the Shoreham View for getting me on the channel and just talking a little bit about this weekend's clash at Bramall Lane. The Stoke this season, I think we've been really good. At the start of the season, I think with the window, how it started, I think I would have been happy with mid-table. But now, as the season got going and we started really strongly, I think playoffs was a minimum for me. And with the signings we made later on in the window, you look at Leo Ostergaard in particular, and Abdallah Sima too. Those are 2 signings that you probably be expecting a playoff chasing club to be making, and those 2, I mean Ostergaard in particular has done really well at the start of this season. What to expect from Stoke? A bit of everything really. We play with quite a high press. We play very well on the counter-attack too, but we are quite good from set pieces as well. Mario Vrancic in particular, he looks like he's going to be fit for Saturday. His corners are really good, and if Harry Souttar can notch on the end of them, then you're going to be in trouble. Sheffield United, you've had an okay start. It's probably what I was expecting from Sheffield United. I didn't think that you'd walk away with the league, but at the same time I didn't think you'd be in the relegation battle either. Obviously you've had a difficult season last year and you've come down, and similar to us really, you just haven't found your feet yet in the Championship. You've got 3 wins, however I don't expect you to take a 4th on Saturday. In terms of the game, I think it'll be an entertaining one. Two different styles of football, I think, will be clashing almost. Obviously, Reece Norrington-Davies will be facing up against his former side too. If I was to give a prediction, I am going to go 3-0 Stoke. I'm going to go Jacob Brown to get one. Nick Powell, who's in absolutely fine form at the moment. I think if he scores on Saturday, that's going to be his 5th in 5 games. And I'm going to give Mario Vrancic to the other one. But yeah, with us this season, it's either been a case of walk all over a team and get 3 points, or live to rue miss chances, especially against Derby, against Barnsley especially, and Preston. Those 3 games we dropped points in, where we should have really walked away with the wins, especially in those 2 draws. Thank you very much for getting me on the channel, and yeah, come on Stoke.
He's really confident, is Mr. Todd. Very confident. He seems to think that they'll win. Obviously, 3-0's a big punt. I don't think even if they are going to win, it's going to be 3-0. But they're very confident if we're judging them by his standards.
I suppose they've got a lot of positivity at the moment because they've just had a back off a very good result against West Brom. So yeah, the confidence is going to be high for them. So I don't blame him for thinking they're going to win. 3-0 is a bit optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, people can ride a high. We got carried away after the Peterborough game, didn't we? We were going to win every game till the end of the season.
Did we not?
But no, it's just one of them. I could possibly see him sneaking one, but not 3-0. To me, that don't sit right. I think that's overconfidence, and he's a good lad, Harvey, but I think he could be eating them words. In lot, they'll win 3-0 now. I've said that, won't they? But looking at it's a mixed bag. If you look at our last 4 games, v Stoke, 2-2, that away game, that iconic game.
That's not a bad result to say. All our players had hangovers.
Not hangovers. They were still pissed.
Well, that as well.
But same season, 1-1 at home, so 2 draws. And then last time we played him before that, 3-0 home loss and a 1-0 away win. So we always seem to even each other out, don't we?
So we haven't beaten them at home for a while.
No, we haven't. That is a worrying statistic. But I don't know. I don't know how to take this game. I'm so happy for international break being over and for us being back. But I'm so underwhelmed by everything that's going on that I just can't G myself up. I'm hoping that you'll start pulling some energy through for me.
I think it's because you wait so long now for internationals and you want to get back into it. We've just lost, so yeah. I think this game's coming up now. We can get a win, and then if we don't win, you're like, oh my lord, we waited all that time and we're still shit. So yeah, I think that's why you're not right up for it.
No, it's a great time to be a Blade, isn't it? Let's be fair. Well, we've had worse times, haven't we?
Yeah, you mentioned him earlier.
If we're looking at how we're going to approach this game, we keep saying it, Stoke are on a high, apart from fucking top knot, they've got some good fucking players, but we should ideally be doing better with what we've got available, and we keep saying it. We keep saying the same thing, we've got talented players. Some keep wanting to go, oh, we've got League One players that overachieve, but if they do well in Premier League, they're good players.
They are good players.
It weren't a fluke, and we need to be doing more with them.
We bought them when they were in League One, some of them. It doesn't mean they're League One players, because they made themselves up. That's like saying Jamie Vardy's still a leading conference player because that's where they signed him from. So.
Exactly. I mean, he's a conference shithouse like that. But no, I can't get excited. I really want to be. I really want to be up for it, and I really want to be ecstatic, because I'll go home and away even if I think we're going to lose. But it's getting to the stage now where I need to be shown something. I'll not stop going. I'll still go and torture myself every week, but I need to see something, and I'm not seeing it.
It'll come good. It'll come good. Like I said, these 2 home games now should be, hopefully, start to just get us a bit more confidence and a bit further up table. Anyway, let's go to Blaze fans and see what they have to say.
After another thrilling international break, it looks like we're back to watching United, aren't we? Well, it's really hard to judge what to expect from us, isn't it? In any game, Stoke are a decent side. They're in a really good form. Beat West Brom just before the international break in a game they deserved to win. They battered West Brom by the looks of it. And yeah, it's really difficult to know what to judge from us, because a disappointing result at Bournemouth, especially under the circumstances of taking the league and lead in the decision going against us in a big way for the penalty. But we were actually all right. Like, we weren't fantastic or anything, but we definitely did enough to get a point, and I'd say probably did enough to win the game. Like Moose hitting the ball in the last minute just sort of summed up our luck for that game. So yeah, like, there's still encouraging signs, and obviously we're not where we want to be, but I still think it's relatively early on. We need a bit more backbone, definitely, because when we go behind, we just never look like coming back into a game. So maybe that's a confidence issue, maybe that's just carrying on from the losing mentality of last season. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely something that needs to be worked out. And I wouldn't even know what I'd want to see in the squad, to be honest, because it's Gibbs White is probably the first name on the team sheet. I'd still probably play Sharp up front, and hopefully Berger's back fit soon enough, because I'd quite like to see him in that attacking role that Slav was definitely wanting to play him in. But yeah, difficult game on Saturday against Stoke. If I had to predict, I'd probably say a draw or even an away win, because I'm still not that confident in it. But there's flashes, there is something there, and I'm just hoping it comes to the forefront sooner rather than later. Come on, Blades.
Following on from the completion of yet another tedious and tiresome international break, we look forward to the resumption of Championship football at the Lane with the visit of Stoke City. What my thoughts and feelings going into this fixture? Well, overall, I feel like Stoke City will offer a good and competitive challenge. I think the Potters come off a run of 1 loss in 5 games, including an impressive Carabao Cup victory against Watford. I feel like they've cleared a lot of their dead wood out, what they had in previous seasons. They brought in new players and seem to have a new morale around the squad and the club. What would I like to see from United following on from the Bournemouth game? I think we saw yet again the defensive frailties rear their ugly heads. A lot of people in the week have blaming the central defenders and the defence as a whole. Yes, Davis and Egan in areas can improve, but I think overall Egan's had a good season, and that's been reflected in his form for Ireland. I feel like the Ireland fans rave about his form, and I think for United on the whole, I think he's been good. I think he's not been helped by changing partners. He's had Basham at times next to him. He's had Robinson and now Davies. But for me, if you look at it, the defensive frailties start with the midfield, not offering the defensive line any support whatsoever. I feel like against Derby, you saw the plus sides of Fleck and Norwood. The way Norwood commands the ball and gets us forward from deep is commendable, and is definitely something we can use going forward. However, as we saw against Bournemouth, when Norwood and Fleck come up against somebody like Billing, who's mobile and technically good, they are found wanting, unfortunately. So looking ahead to this game this weekend, what would I like to see? I'd like to see Hourihane come in for Norwood, a bit more mobility in the midfield, and I don't think you lose very much in terms of ball playing ability. In fact, I think that Hourihane gives you a bit more because his set pieces are so good. Possibly as well, I know a lot of Blades fans probably won't agree with me, but maybe a switch to a back three with wingers and the 2 in midfield, 2 or 3 in midfield, just to give us that bit of that security if we do get hit on the counter-attack, because this is where I think we've struggled this season.
Hi mate, hope we're all good. Hope everyone's had a good international break, or as good as it can be. Good to have proper football back this weekend. I know I'm excited to be back in the Lane. A big week and a big next period until the next international break. I think it's in November, isn't it? I think it's a big period for us, and it'll sort of shape our season a little bit. I think after the Bournemouth game, I think I put on Twitter, I think it's going to be a bit more of a transitional season. But if we can pick results between now and the next international break and being amongst the playoffs, I'll take that. But I think this Saturday will be a really difficult game against Stoke. They started the season very well. They beat West Brom last time out, I think it was, and they're sort of up there, aren't they, 3rd or 4th? I think they might be the sort of team that can give us trouble. They're a big physical side, hard to beat. I know Michael O'Neill's gone in there and sort of instilled that in from, was it when he was the Northern Ireland manager, hard to beat. Pick up the scrappy 1-0 wins, which they seem to be doing, and fair play to them. But just from my point of view, I think you've got to look at the performance against Bournemouth. For the majority of it, we were pretty decent, but again, lacking little bits. For me, Norwood can't play. He was very poor against Bournemouth, no word of a lie. I think it was 31 minutes before he passed the ball to a Sheffield United player. So for me, he comes out of the side for Hourihane. Other than that, I think you can maybe keep the similar sort of personnel in there. Does Sharp drop out? I don't think so for me, because I think he's our best striker. And Bulldog obviously came off injured. Hopefully the international breaks give him time to recover. But I think I'm expecting a good game, to be honest with you. A good game. I think we'll dominate possession as we do, but we've got to use the ball better. All this possession stats are coming out about. I've got the most possession on average in the league, but I'd like to see that matched up with the chances created in the league, because I don't think we're creating the chances that our possession is showing at the minute. But like I said, off the back of a decent performance with Bournemouth, we can hopefully carry it on. And after the last international break, we went on a good run. So hopefully this can be the start of another good run. I'm going to go 1-0 to Sheffield United, and I'm going to go Gibbs White.
Right, we're back after a lengthy layoff. Basically, he got injured.
You had a cruciate ligament injury.
Well, yeah, I've been laid up. Nah, we just haven't done it, have we? Because we're lazy. But yeah, back for a nice long international break. Nice long break before that when we were too disorganised to actually do one of these. But yeah, probably same negativity at the end of it. But let's see what else we can do.
Yeah, we went into that break. It started going better, and then it went crap again, didn't it? Let's be honest. Two really disappointing results, and we went from being someone who were like looking around that, creeping into the playoffs, to back looking at over his shoulder at the bottom again.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to be this season. To be honest, I think we're just settling where I think we're going to be. I think we might get a bit higher than we are, but I don't know. I just think at the minute he's chasing a formation, he's chasing a system, whatever, and it's just not quite coming off. And the longer it takes to not click, them top sort of 6 or so are just going to get away from us, aren't they?
I think ultimately, if we keep giving away really stupid goals, and it takes us a lot of effort and a lot of clever, precise football to score goals at the other end, we don't really score basic, easy goals like other teams do against us, and that's the worry. We have to create this kind of almost perfect goal at times.
Yeah, we've just recorded for a Stoke City podcast, asked us to do what I think, looking back on it now, amounts to a lazy scout pretending to be doing a podcast, asking us to pinpoint what our tactics are and what our weaknesses are. And in all honesty, we didn't know where to stop with the weaknesses, did we? Because like you've just said it there, that we take a long time. I mean, we've had that goal from a corner, and we've had a couple of other chances from sort of through direct balls, and that shows you that's working. Last week, ball over top from Bulldog was straight in, but we take 10-20 passes just to even get near goal, whereas coming the other way, 2-3 passes, corner, free kick, cross in, they're one-on-one or they've got a golden chance, and that's it. We're just giving them too many easy chances and not creating enough ourselves, are we?
He seems to be kind of settling for most of the same players now. That's what he's going to play, and while some of them aren't quite right for the formation, he seems to be sticking to that. And he Gibbs White, Sharp at top with Osborne, sort of around. And I don't know. I think I'm not sure we're going to. I'm not sure that formation protects the defence enough as well. But like you say, it might be interesting, and there's going to be lots of chances and lots of goals, probably both ways. And certainly, you think at home we'll get chances, but I think we'll give a lot. I have no confidence when the opposition attack us at the moment because of that defence, midfield protection, and our inability to deal with the basic high balls. And
yeah, simple as that. I can't see us ever getting a nil on it for us. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. I can't see us winning a 1-0 game or something like that, because I think we're always going to give away
against Derby a few weeks ago.
Forget that one. That's their crap.
It probably needs 8 or 9 players that need to be our players, because the problem is Gibbs White might go back in January. The goalie might not be at the end of the season. We've signed Davis. Haven't really been much. We've signed Horahan, and he's not even playing him. I don't get the plan at the moment. That's not a criticism of him necessarily. Perhaps more the recruitment but I don't get where we're going.
We're gonna lay it on Saturday, aren't we? Well, I'm not. I'll be back in a week too.
But I don't see a plan. I don't see a plan, and that's on and off the pitch. And we just seem to be limping along a bit. And you can see us getting to May and thinking, we've finished 12th, 13th, and where do we go now? And he might just think, balls to this, I'm off, and go somewhere else. There was some rumours linking with Spanish club this week, weren't there?
Really?
Levante.
Who?
Levante,
okay. Your accent was just too good. I'd lost what you said.
So yeah, but he didn't go there. Someone else. His older assistant got the job.
I thought you said his older sister, Ben.
Old assistant. I don't know what his old sister's doing. So,
are they ringing you for job now?
Yeah, I'll take it. If Slav don't want it, I'll have it.
So, prediction then, what you're saying? 2-2, did you say?
2-2.
Yeah, I think, like I say, it could go. I'm going to say 2-1 loss just to be different.
He'll come out flesh in the minute. Piag, and then he'll score, and they'll go, I knew he'd score. Because you're giving him jip like Derby fans did for Sharp. Don't just ignore him. Don't let him get to you. Ignore it.
Pretend he's not there. He'll go away.
With his stupid top knot haircut. Just leave him. Leave him to it.
It's like him off when he gets subbed or when after the game. Yeah, but yeah, they won't. You're right.
He'll score, and then we'll be, and then he'll be at Cop Pen celebrating, and they'll be all doing the gestures.
I knew he'd score him. I knew it. Yeah.
Had to be him, didn't it? Well, no, it could be any one of 9 others because we're shit at defending. Let's be honest.
Right, we've got Stoke at the Lane then. Quite looking forward to this one again. It's a big match really with two fairly big clubs. So yeah, looking forward to it. I had it in my head that they were some super duper league that are absolutely trounced in the league with them being 4th. But it actually turns out, looking at their results list just now, that they've only really been beating teams in and around the bottom of the league. So your teams you expect to be down there, your Forests, your Hulls, your Huddersfields. So it might be a bit of a false showing early doors for them that they're 4th, but they've got a bit of a trickier run coming up with us, Bournemouth and Millwall. That might bring them down a bit. The last result was a good one. They beat West Brom, but as far as I'm aware, on the day West Brom were off it a bit, so it's hard to really tell what's gonna come at us on Saturday. I haven't really been keeping track of what our players are doing internationally, if we've had any injuries or anything like that when players have gone away. I don't think Sander's gone away with Norway, so hopefully he's in contention to start for this one. Obviously, would love to get him back in the midfield if possible. If we can start with Gibbs White, Ndai and Sharpie as a front 3 again, I'd be quite happy with that. I think the more them 3 play together, mixture of youth, experience, pace, everything that's needed. There's a good mixture up there, and I think it works well. If you don't get any joy with them, I do really still want McBurney and Brewster to do well. So I really want them to be sort of pushing. Not sure about Ben Davies. I think he's possibly back. Is he at the back with Egan? Left back's a bit of a problem position for us because I've found it difficult to just forget that Ender's been crap for 18 months. I'm struggling to just get over that and accept him back into the team straight away. I don't think Norrington Davies is as bad as people make out. He has mistakes in him. His forward output isn't perfect, but he's a young lad still. And you have to think of the options we've got in that position. Is he the worst really? So I don't know. Obviously, Baldock went off against Bournemouth, so maybe Bogle comes in there, and obviously his attacking output's quite good. But yeah, other than that, just looking forward to be at the Lane for a home game on a Saturday 3 o'clock. Just looking forward to it really. So sing loud and proud, Blades, and up the Blades.
So move on to Stoke at home. Let's see if this international break's done out for us. Hope it has. 2 big home games these. I think a couple of wins, everybody's happy again. But the tough games, Millwall will not be any easier in midweek as well. They normally do well out there. So 2 big games. Could shape the mood, fans and the team. So let's hope they pull it out of the bag and get some wins. And so want to see us get more players in box. It's alright playing pretty football, but then you cross into 1 man. We've got to get midfield runners going into the box. Otherwise, I just think we'll not create much again. Pretty football, no chances, is my concern at the minute. But let's hope it all clicks and everything goes right.
So we're back and we're raring to go. I'm really looking forward to it on Saturday, not because of the game really, but I think all this international break has done. I remember like the last international breaks when you couldn't go to the games and stuff like that, and it didn't really make that much of a difference. You were like, no, whatever. Do you know what I mean? United is shit anyway, so what? I may as well watch Republic of Ireland versus fucking Qatar or whatever it is. But now you're back at the games, even though United are still shit or playing shit or doing shit. You're like, yes, come on, we're back in Saturday, and I'm hoping everyone feels like that because it's been a really disappointing start, a frustrating start to the season, but I'll never take it for granted again. Like I said, I think on the first day of the season, I'll never take it for granted again that you'll have to go to football matches. And even just this break, I think it's been, 3 weeks since we were last at Bramall Lane? By the time the Stoke match comes anyway. And yeah, I'm missing it already. And it's going to be a tough game though. It really is going to be a tough game because I think they're a strong side. I watched them against West Brom for a little bit and they were really, really good. And then it's Millwall on Tuesday, so I think they'll be quite physical and stuff like that as well. And they've not lost in 6, so again, two big games. You can't write the Championship season off, no matter if you bottom the league at this stage, because you win 4 games and you're top. So it's certainly not over, but we need to start putting some proper results together now. I think like 3 or 4 wins in a row and just try and get some momentum going. But more than anything, can't wait to be back.
So you said you'd stick with formation. The fans there seem to all be singing from the same hymn sheet. They're all anxious because they all think we can do better, like I've been saying. We keep saying this week in, week out, is this a make or break game for the rest of the season? Because it's getting to the stage now where we keep saying how long before we panic. And I'm not saying we should panic. I'm not saying shoes off in car park. What I'm saying is we need to start stringing some consistency together, otherwise it's going to start getting nail-biting every week.
It's not a must-win game now. Not this week. No, I don't. I think the panic stations is gone since we've had a few decent wins and we've clawed ourselves away from relegation.
But it don't take long to... It's a funny division. Because you win 3 games, you're near top at league. You lose 3 games and you're near fucking bottom.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're not far off from where we were at the start of the season.
Yeah.
We've gone up. We're gradually getting further up.
Gone up. Yeah. Is that what we're going? We're not going to get promoted, but we still went up, so we're all right.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't think panic. I think this season obviously is just going to be a write-off. I can't see us going up now, but we ain't going to go down.
With parachute payments we've had, I know we're technically in transition, but with players we've got available, with Gaffer we've brought in and supposed pedigree he's got, and money we've had, people are going to go, well, the account's gone and this, that, and they've got this to pay for and COVID. Bollocks! Absolute bollocks! £500,000 on a fucking player or something, just something. Is it acceptable to have a write-off season?
No, it's not. But when you bring in a new manager, I suppose you've got to give him time. I know we all had high expectations of this season.
But then look at Ishmael at fucking West Brom, new manager, team in transition. They're fucking smashing it. Scott Parker, new manager at Bournemouth, he's absolutely fucking smashing it. So it's all right. We're all saying we're a club in transition, but other clubs are doing it. Why is it always us that has to be fucking ugly sister at ball instead of Cinderella?
Good question.
Somebody put it on a postcard or in comments or some shit and let us know, because it's baffling me. Well, we need cheering up, I think. We need cheering up. We need to kind of steer this in a positive direction. So let's take it back to Danny with song number 2, and this one's about
Johnny Egan.
Take it away.
We got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We've got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We got Johnny Egan. Na 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 na. We got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We got Johnny Egan, smashing strikers left and right. We got Johnny Egan. Na 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 na.
Bit warm now. But no, I think that one could catch on. I think if one song from this series is going to catch on, and remember this is a piss take, by the way, not the catching on, the actual fun. It's meant to be fun. We're not fucking singing a chorus. It's not X Factor.
What if Simon Cowell is watching?
But no, remember this is meant to be a bit of fun. If you can't have a bit of fun, I don't know, fucking go and watch Arsenal Fan TV or something. But no, that John Egan one, I can see it catching on.
It's simple and it's catchy, so...
And it gives you a chance to bounce around like a dickhead. And who does not love to bounce around like a dickhead? Because I know I do. Giggity. We've gone from one new feature, and we might as well keep this roll going. Let's jump straight into another one. We've got a new game, Johnny.
2 weeks has been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got to cram all this in
look
there.
at all this new features.
It's time to play the Chief.
So, the rules of this game are simple. Let's go. Dane Whitehouse.
Lee Sandford.
Lawrence Teruvo.
Laurent de Jaffo.
Hayo Haidong.
Carl Tyler.
Me. Sunji Hai.
Marcelo.
Jostein Flo.
Jostein Flo. Alan Kelly.
Oh, you've Kellied. You've Kellied early. Wilco de Vogt.
Rob Page.
Wayne Allison.
We have a winner. Chief!
So, I win the debut game. That's it now. You're never going to want to play it again now, are you? The Chief will return in the next episode, and Johnny will hopefully get some scores on the board. Because it's 1-0 to me now, big boy.
Yeah. Beginner's luck.
Not the start you wanted, is it?
Beginner's luck.
Hopefully United do better than you in that one. I mean, you Kellied quite well. I wasn't expecting you that early.
So I'm trying to feed you in.
Starting off with a Sanford as well. That were a bold move, that.
I don't know why I picked him.
I don't know either, but they were a bold move. Tactics coming out the wazoo. I'm trying to play checkers and you're bringing out chess. I had to up my game.
Didn't work though, did it?
No, not at all. I'm still winning. Let's have a look what else is coming up in the world of Blades Media.
Head over to Roy's View and you'll get the pre-match view from the Stoke fans, as well as the post-match comments after the game. A ritual for any Sheffield United fan, one that you should be reading every week. Borderline hilarious at times, / frustrating, especially after a loss. Head over to Roy's View, give them a read, you won't be disappointed. Looking for an instant reaction to the Stoke game or the Sheffield United way, we'll have you covered. Nick will give his opinions on everything that happens when we play Stoke, and he'll be giving his honest verdict. Win, lose or draw, always entertaining, always interesting to see how somebody else views the game, and if nothing more, let's hope we've got something good to talk about. Of course, let's not forget that we are spoilt for choice with Sheffield United podcasts out there. We've got Blades Pod, Tufty Club and 4 Blades in the Pub, all 3 amazing Sheffield United podcasts. Well worth a listen. I'd recommend them to anybody and everybody. Get on there, give them a listen, you won't regret it. If you're a fan of the Shoreham View vlogs, head over to our YouTube channel, click playlists, and every single vlog we've ever made is in one neat, tidy playlist for your enjoyment, including highlights such as the Bouncing Day Massacre. And of course, we will have a new vlog out for your enjoyment, hopefully straight after the game. But say it with me, Sunday if I'm hungover.
So Roy's View were particularly funny this week, so as we said on there, go give it a read, absolutely brilliant, along with all the other channels and creators. We're lucky to have so many good creators in this United family.
We are, aren't we, actually?
We are.
There's so much to watch and they'll all do a bang-up job, so yeah.
Yeah, it's smash. I love watching it all. It's far better than Sky Sports and all that bollocks. But every week, after coming up, we have a tradition to uphold. Jono, it's the quiz. We haven't had one in a little while. Of course, we've got a question for you before we give the public question, and this one's going to drive you absolutely fucking mental, I'm afraid. Sticking with the Stoke theme. Carla Saba played for both Sheffield United and the Potters. But who did he score more goals for?
I'm going for Blades.
Going for Blades?
I'm going for Blades.
You were quick in on that one. This might be, let's see if you've got some redemption for the Chief. For Stoke City, Carla Saba made 70 appearances.
Hey.
For Sheffield United, he made 67 appearances. For Stoke City, Carlos Scarpa scored 9 goals.
Smash.
For Sheffield United, he scored 23. Jono, winner! Tonight, we've got a question for you at home. Leave it in the comments, put it on Twitter, put it wherever you want, really. And let's see if you've won some bragging rights, because we've got no else to offer you. There's no prize.
Which former Blade and Stoke player started his career at Man United and ended it with Altrincham?
Altrincham.
Them. Altrincham.
As I said, put it in the comments, put it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, snail mail, send an email in. And what we'll start doing is we'll start putting winners at the bottom of the screen each week.
That'll do for him.
More work for me. But no, it's should be a fairly easy one, that one, I think. Do you know it?
Yeah.
You don't, do you?
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Jono, before we wrap it up. We've been on screen long enough. This game, let's sum it up. Here's what you think's going to happen and then some score predictions.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw?
A 1-1 draw, yeah. I think we'll have a decent game, actually. I just don't see us nicking a win.
I'm going to say 2-1 to them. I think we'll take lead. I think we'll have, it'll be a bit like Bournemouth. I can see it being a similar game to Bournemouth without the penalty. Stoke will deserve to win, unlike Bournemouth. I think we'll have a good 40 minutes maybe. Bash a goal in, Big Gibbs White again, I think. I think he's going to get another goal. He's just a fucking phenomenal player, isn't he?
May as well make use out of him while we've got him, haven't we?
Yeah, he'll definitely go back in January. I think he'll either get loaned out to a team doing better or they'll start maybe putting him on bench. He's a great player.
Yeah.
It'll be Gibbs White, that top knotted prick will get one for them. And I think Powell will get one. They'll win 2-1.
Love Powell, don't you?
He's a great player, mate, honestly. If we could sign one player from this division, people are going to say, oh, why him? He's older. Nah, I'd sign him straight away. I think he could be a player. Him and Gibbs White in the same team. Fucking hell, would steamroller people. Honestly. Danny, what's the score going to be, pal?
Desmond.
2-2!
Fucking hell.
So Danny going for a Desmond there. So that's what we think. What do you think? Leave your scores and predictions in the comments below. Let us know how you think it's going to go. And if you get it right...
Bully for you? Wait for me to do it.
It is time to go. Obviously, it's getting time now. We'll be heading to the pub straight from here because this is definitely live.
Definitely live. Coming up to 11:30 now, so...
Yep, let's... This joke's never getting old. I don't know. Let's try and get excited. Let's try and have a good game. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share it around.
So come on, help us out. Get subscribing, liking, sharing.
Jono, as always, it's been a fucking pleasure. Let's hope the game's a bit more fun than usual.
Cheers.
That fucking mug, Bill. Up the blades.